Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. F-Dash here with F-Dash TV, and today we're going to be going over my upgrade order for the Space Turtles and the Mutanimals here on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Legends. So let me bring up my handy dandy notebook where I have my upgrades. Alright, so the Space Turtles and the Mutanimals. Let's begin here at the top with Donatello Space. Alright, so Donnie Space, if you don't have him, he's got an AoE here for his 5th ability. His 3rd ability is like a single attack. He's got a buff on his 2nd, so on and so forth. So with him, I was going to start off with his 3rd attack. So for his AoE only increases 15% chance for defense to be lowered by 50% for 3 turns. So it wasn't really going to give me a lot of bang for my buck, but his 3rd ability does increase his attack power by a number of percentages. So from 180 all the way up to 210, so 30%. And really that was better than everything else. And if you've seen my other videos, you know I'm not really huge on necessarily abilities that only raise attack power, but the rest of his just weren't all that great to begin with, you know, so there was really nothing there for me to work with. So I figured 3 would be the best one for him, and then I was going to do his 2nd ability. So this one will raise his attack power still for 50% for 3 turns. But now there's a 90% chance for the crit rate to be raised by 50% for 3 turns, which just again lets him do additional damage. It seems like this Donnie is primarily around doing tons of damage, so I was going to go ahead and just go with that route. Then I was going to do his 1st ability, 3rd. So this is a 70% chance, so a 10% increase for speed to be lowered by 50% for 1 turn. Again, not all that interesting to write home about. Then I was going to do his 5th ability, 4th. And again, as we talked about, it's a 15% chance increase to lower defense by 50% for 3 turns. And then lastly, I was going to upgrade his passive. This gives you a 40% chance for speed to be raised by 55% for 2 turns. 40% is really, really low. I mean, that was only 5% chance increase, so overall probably not worth a platinum, honestly, for Space Donatello. You're not really going to get that much in return for your investment, so keep that in mind with Donatello Space. Let's look at Leo Space though, and these two characters are kind of similar. So with Leo, again, I was going to go with this 3rd ability first. So what this does, it grants a 90% chance to grant immunity to negative status effects for allies for 3 turns. Now that's damn useful, right? If you caught my video for the Might Challenge, you'll see that I used original Mikey specifically for his immunity ability. So immunity is pretty huge. No negative status effects. That's fantastic. No attack down, no speed down, no defense down, no DOT. To me it's amazing. And this one for 3 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. That's amazing. So for sure, his 3rd ability first. But then we're going to go with the 2nd ability. So this is going to give you a 90% chance again for speed to be raised by 50% for 2 turns. So it's going to make you go even faster. So that's fantastic. That way you can get your bold and daring plan off quicker. So you definitely want to be going faster for that. So we're going to do that one. Then we're going to go ahead and do his 1st ability, 3rd. So this is a 70% chance to lower accuracy by 50% for 1 turn. So, you know, it's kind of a big drop from this 90% chance to raise speed. And then you just go down to, you know, a sad 70% chance. And then we're going to do his 5th ability, his AoE as well. It only raises attack power by 15%. That's not the greatest for me. and then his passive is going to be last for me. 50% chance, at least it's not a sad 40. So 15% increased chance to raise dodge by 45% for 2 turns. Actually, in fact, you can switch 1 and 4. To be honest, accuracy down is pretty huge. Raised defense. So they kind of do the same thing. So they kind of help you evade, right? So really, 1 and 4 are interchangeable, but definitely at the end. So just like Donnie, his upgrade order for me is going to be 3, 2, 1, 5, and then 4. Now I move on to Michelangelo. Now generally I would skip Michelangelo because they're kind of garbage, right? But I do have Space Mikey. I do kind of regret getting Space Mikey because he's by far the worst space variation that there is. But I already have him, so let's go. So with Mikey, the way I use him anyway, I'm going to do his second ability, Jovaxian Justice, first. And the reason for this is because it gives you a 90% chance. So this is the same 90% chance to block abilities for 1 turn. And I'm really huge on ability block. I'm huge on stuns, stuff like that. So whenever there's ability like that, especially with a high chance, I'm all over it. So 90% chance to block abilities for 1 turn, which you already have. All this does is decrease the cooldown from 4 to 3. So you can be able to do more ability block more often. And to me, that's definitely worth an upgrade. Then for him, I'm going to do his 5th ability last. Now, this is not an AoE, so keep that in mind. It does say sending him crashing into his foes. That's definitely a typo. This is a single target attacking ability. And this is going to raise his attack power from 180 to 210. So again, if I'm taking that one, the rest of these are really bad. I'm going to do his first ability next, so 3rd. So this gives him a 70% chance for attack power to be lowered by 50% for 1 turn. That's always good. And then 3 and then 4. So 3 is his AoE. And his AoE is really, really weak. That's why I have it so low, because it's going to increase by 15%, but it doesn't do a lot of damage to begin with, and it's on a 5-turn cooldown. It's just, to me, this is one of his worst abilities. Like, I don't really like it. I mainly like his 2nd ability, and then his 5th ability. His 3rd, okay. And then his passive is going to be last for me, and that just gives him a 45% chance. So he increases 10% instead of 15, but still better than 5 from Donnie. 45% chance to raise his defense by 55% for 2 turns. So you see, the rest of these are so really his main ability you're going to want to upgrade is going to be his 2nd one, at least for me, for 90% chance to block abilities for 1 turn on a 3-turn cooldown. So that's definitely where I'm going to go. But again, 2, 5, 1, 3, and then 4 for Space Mikey. And then Space Raph, definitely one of the better space characters. He's just like his normal self in terms of doing tons of damage to one particular person. So that's Space Raph. So with Space Raph, I'm going to start off with his 5th ability first, because this gives him a 90% chance to stun, which he already has, but now on a 3-turn cooldown. So this is just like Mikey's ability, that is 90% chance, but this one does 1 less cooldown. So I'm definitely all over that ability. So the 5th one first. Then we're going to do his 3rd one. This is where he brings out his giant sword attack, and it raises his attack power by 30% again, because he does tons and tons of damage, so you want to make sure he can do even more damage. I'm going to follow it up with 2. So now he's got a 90% chance to cause DOT for 2 turns. DOT is pretty huge, so I'm going to take that one 3rd. Then I'm going to do his 1st ability. So this is going to give him a 70% chance to lower defense for 1 turn. Pretty standard there on his basic. And then his passive is going to be last. He gets another 10% chance increase to raise his attack power even more by 55% for 2 turns. It's not 50%, so it's a little low, so that's why it's last. If it was maybe 50 or 60% chance, then it would have been higher than the first ability. But definitely his 5th ability first for that chance to stun on a 3-turn cooldown, then 3, then 2, then 1, and then lastly 4, which I can upgrade right now. It's so cool. So those are the Space Turtles. So again, Donnie and Leo are exactly the same, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4. Mikey's going to be 2, 5, 1, 3, 4. And then Raph, as we just talked about, 5, 3, 2, 1, and then 4. So let's move on now to the Mutanimals, starting with Senor Rockwell. And one thing I want to say about the Mutanimals as a whole is that they're damn solid right now. Like, they don't even need additional upgrades. Like, they're so solid. So you'll see some of these characters, their abilities don't do much when they upgrade because they're just so good already that, you know, giving them even more of something would have been too much. So you notice that these characters don't really need these upgrades. That they're just so good. And the other thing I want to talk about is their passives. All of their passives, except for one character, all their passives they're okay if you don't use them as a team. So if you just use Rockwell on like another type of team with turtles or whatever, his passive's okay. If you use all of the Mutanimals together, and that's your main way of using them, then the upgrade order is going to change a little bit because their passives, when combined, are freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing. And we'll talk about that as we go along. So with Rockwell, I'm going to start off with his 3rd ability first, and that's Psychic Bubble. So with Psychic Bubble, Rockwell creates a Psychic Bubble to shield his allies, and he's going to raise defense by 50% for 2 turns. Then he's going to go give you a 100% chance to boost your focus meter by 50%. So not only are you going to get defense, but now you're going to get 100% chance to get additional focus meter. So definitely that's by far his best ability there. So now we're going to follow that up with ability number 2. So with ability number 2, it was 75% chance. Now it's a 90% chance to block abilities for 1 turn. Ability block's huge. The only reason it's not first, because you know I do like my ability blocks, is because it's 90% chance, and this is 100% chance for more focus meter. So you'll probably be able to do that one soon after. After ability number 2, we're going to go with his 5th ability. So this 5th ability is his AoE. So this gives him an 80% chance to cause DOT for 3 turns. I mean, it's pretty low chance now, 65% chance. So, you know, it wasn't going to go up to like 90 or 100% chance. But, you know, not bad. So he's got a 100%, then a 90, and then an 80. So in general, pretty damn good. And then we're going to go with his passive before his basic. So his passive is a 100% chance to dispel speed down from allies, right? So at the start of his turn, and every single time he goes, he's going to dispel speed down. So again, if you use him with the other Mutanimals, that's going to be huge, you know, because you're never going to suffer really from speed down because he's going to dispel it as soon as he goes. If you're not going to use him with the other Mutanimals, that's why it would be so low. You may even want to put this last if you're really not going to. Or if you run into, you notice you run into a lot of teams that apply speed down, or there's a challenge that's going to do it, you may want to do that one. But if you run the Mutanimals together as a team, this one should be might even be higher than where I have it. But definitely it's going to be before Gone Bananas, his first ability, because this is very specific, right? So he's got a 50% chance to provide speed up to tech class allies for 2 turns. Half a chance, that's not bad. This is 100% chance to dispel speed down. So again, if you use them with your Mutanimals, I think that's you might even want to upgrade that one, second or third. Definitely, this is going to be his first one, Psychic Bubble. It will be his first one. So, don't do it first. Make sure you do it at least until after Psychic Bubble. So again, Rockwell is going to be 3, 2, 5, 4-1, and that's depending on how you guys run your teams here. Right next to him is Leatherhead, and again, Leatherhead's amazing already, so his abilities don't do a terrible deal. And we're actually going to go with his taunt first. So his taunt is already good. The reason I like his taunt is because he taunts for 2 turns. He gains 100% armor, preventing the next 2 attacks. 4-turn cooldown. So the same thing. Now he's just going to taunt for 3 turns instead. And he's going to block the first 2 attacks. That was his first one because the rest of these don't do a terrible deal because he's already so damn good, you know? Then we're going to do his 5th ability second. You know, he already has a 100% chance to gain 100% damage dealt back. So this just takes down the cooldown from 3 to 2. I'm sorry, from 4 to 3. And that's going to be helpful because he's going to be taunting for now 3 turns. So you want to make sure you keep him topped up with health. Then we're going to do his 3rd ability, his AoE, just because this raises the attack bar by 15%. Nothing terribly interesting there. And then his passive, yeah, let me make sure here. Leatherhead's passive, yes, it's going to be next. So again, 100% chance, but this one dispels attack down from enemies, or I'm sorry, from all allies. So again, this one's pretty good on its own. Attack down, a lot of people do attack down, but you know, again, mixed with the rest of the Mutanimals, it's downright amazing. You know, so you may even consider doing that one second after his taunt, because that way you'll never suffer from attack down. And we'll finish it off with his basic. Again, it's specific, so this gives a 50% chance to provide crit up to Might class allies for 2 turns. Right now it's only at 35%. So Leatherhead, again, his abilities, I'm going to do Leatherhead 2, 5, 3, 4, 1. But again, if you run him with your Mutanimals, you may want to do his passive second after his channeled rage taunt ability. Looking now at the ugliest member of the Mutanimals, Pigeon Pete. This guy is hideous to look at. Don't look at him. Oh, he's dancing. Terrible, terrible, terrible. All right, so with Pigeon Pete, we're going to do his 5th ability first. Okay, so Pigeon Pete, again, if you're not familiar with him, he is essentially Nick Mikey. All right, he's there to provide evasion and to heal. He also does a significant amount of extra damage compared to Mikey. So do keep that in mind. But without a doubt, his ability to gain evasion is why he's on your team. So it's going to go up only 15%, a little sad, but he's going to raise your dodge by 75% for 3 turns on a 5-turn cooldown. It's, you know, better than the 60% chance. So more evasion is always welcomed here in this game. And then with him, his passive is by far the best one and can be used in any team. But when mixed with the rest of the Mutanimals, becomes downright overpowered. He has a 100% chance to dispel DOT from the allies. That's amazing because, you know, almost every ability out there does DOT. So not only you're not going to suffer from that, but if you put him with the rest of Mutanimals, you're going to be status free pretty much forever. So that's why I've put his passive second, because it's amazing whether or not you use him with the Mutanimals or not. Then we're going to do his heal. His heal's okay. I mean, 50% chance to lower cooldowns. Additional ability on the roll is okay. So that's why that one's next. Then we're going to do his 3rd ability. So this has now a 90% chance to increase the cooldowns of allies of a target foe. It is higher, right? It's a high percentage, but I just don't see this being that useful, right? So that's why I have it so low. And then his first ability is going to be last. 50% chance to provide attack up to Spirit class allies for 2 turns. Again, a little niche, but that's where we're going. So again, 5, 4, 2, 3, 1. His passive, again, is amazing. If you're okay with 60% increase in dodge, you may want to do his passive first, so you never suffer from DOT. That's absolutely amazing. Ugly as hell, but amazing passive. And then lastly, let's go to Slash, the coolest member. There he is, Slash. Alright, so with Slash, his 5th ability is where it's at, Spin the Tortoise. Not only is it an AoE, but it's an AoE that removes Focus Meter. And he's got now a 100% chance to remove 80% Focus Meter. Amazing. That's definitely the reason Slash's 5th ability is going to go first. Then I'm going to follow it up with his 2nd ability because it gives you a 75% chance to stun. You know how I like my stuns. Followed up with his 3rd ability, which raises his attack power. It only goes up by 15%, so he doesn't hit anywhere near 200%. But he's so damn solid already, I don't think he needs additional percentages. He's so good. His passive dispels defense down, 100% chance to dispel defense down. Again, by itself, but when mixed with the rest of Mutanimals is amazing. Really, you won't suffer from any debuffs. It's amazing. So that's why it's where it's at the 4th ability. And then we're going to do his basic first. It's going to give defense up to Cunning with a 50% chance. So again, 5, 2, right? 5, 2? Yeah, 5, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. So the moral of the story here is with the Mutanimals, run them together. If you can possibly run them all together, because when their passives combine, they form Captain Planet. It's amazing. So I would definitely run them all together if you have that possibility. So again, we went over the Space and the Mutanimals, Space Turtles. So the Space Turtles, Leo and Donnie are going to be the same. They're going to be 3, 2, 1, 5, 4. Right? Yeah, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4. Mikey is going to be 2, 5, 1, 3, 4. Raph is going to be 5, 3, 2, 1, 4. And then with the Mutanimals that we talked about, all their passives combined are amazing. Rockwell is going to be 3, 2, 5, 4, 1. Leatherhead 2, 5, 3, 4, 1. Pigeon Pete 5, 4, 2, 3, 1. You'll notice his passive comes first because Pigeon Pete's super ugly to look at, but his passive removes DOT at 100% chance. That's amazing. So 5, 4, 2, 3, 1, and then Slash 5, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, so next time we're going to start tackling some of the Foot Clan that I have, so we can see what kind of upgrades we can do for the Foot Clan. So let me know what you think in the comments about my upgrade orders. Let me know if you agree or disagree, and we can have a lively discussion on that. Otherwise, I'll see you ninjas in the dojo, and I'll see you guys next time on effdash TV.